Hey guys, it's Nick with you today for the question of the week. This week the question is, what is your favorite subject? My favorite subject when I was in high school was English. What a surprise. Now, guys, I did not study in Russia. I did not study in Moscow. I studied in Spain. I went to a British school, so all my teachers were English. We only had one Spanish teacher and we could not speak any other language. English was my favorite subject because I had an amazing teacher. Her name was Leslie Langtree. This teacher was the funniest person you would ever meet in your life. She made jokes out of everything, and she made learning English a hobby. She made it interesting. Also, before I learned English, I learned French and Spanish. So learning English wasn't so hard for me as other languages. English was the best subject in the world. We played games, I made a lot of friends, and we always had fun. Even when we had to do exercises, it was absolutely amazing. I hope and wish all your teachers in school are just as amazing as my teacher, Leslie Langtree. So what about you? What is your favorite subject in high school?
Hello everyone, my name is Jonathan. I have been asked to talk to you about my favorite school subject. There are lots of school subjects that I could choose: English, PE, IT, science, art, computers, but for me, maths is actually my favorite school subject. Not everybody likes maths. Some of you may hate maths, but for me, maths is my favorite. The reason it is my favorite is because it is like a puzzle. I love puzzles. I like puzzle games, puzzles to play at home, and maths is like a small puzzle with numbers. If you have algebra or anything with the letter X in it, you have to find out what X is. That is like a small puzzle for me to play. If I could, I would play a puzzle every day. At school, I was also very good at maths. I got A's in my math exams. An A is like a 5 here in Russia. What is your favorite school subject?
Hello, how are you? I'm doing great. I hope you're doing well as well. I hope you're not missing school too much and you're enjoying being at home. Now, today I am going to talk about school. I am going to tell you what my favorite subject was when I was at school. As you know, now I am very old and I do not go to school anymore. But years ago, when I was young, I enjoyed school. Most of my friends and my sister hated school, but I enjoyed it. I liked most of the subjects that we had to study. Like in Russia, we study some history, we study some art, and we study English, but we do not study Russian. But when we go to high school, we can choose a language to study. We can choose Spanish, Japanese, Maori, or French? I chose French, and it was immediately my favorite subject. I loved French. I loved learning new vocabulary and as well as new grammar, and it felt very useful learning how to speak a new language. I always had great teachers and I always got very good marks. I enjoyed it so much that when I finished school and went to university, I also studied French. I studied French all through university, and I went to France to study French for about 6 months. I also studied German at university, but I never loved German as much as I loved French. So what about you? What is your favorite subject at school? Do you like languages? What other languages do you study?